show. So good. The acting was good. The cinematography, the VFX, CGI, directions, costume, locations, production, set. Everything was just so good. With 2024 coming to an end, it's time for one of my best times of the year, which is ranking the movies and series of the year. And today I'm starting with the best series of 2024. Now, when I started making this video, my compilation rather, I noticed that a lot of the shows and series on this list are series of season 1, which means that this year was their first season, and that means that 2024 had a lot of good shows, like freshman shows. They were really, really good. There were a lot of them. I was very surprised, which is kudos to 2021. There are just very few that are other shows, like shows that have passed season 1 that are in this show. Granted, some of them are limited series, some are limited series, and there's a show here that I'm very sad it was cancelled. The show was unfortunately cancelled, but the show was here, and when I finished watching the show, I knew it was going to be cancelled. It is Netflix. They cancel almost everything. I knew it was going to be cancelled, but it was just too good. That is one of the few cancellations that really affected me, because this show is really good, and unfortunately people don't watch it enough. Well put together show. But anyway, this is my top 10 best series of the year. But before I get to my top 10 best series of the year, I think it's prudent that I give a shout out to 3 that unfortunately did not make the list. Some of the shows that did not make the list, that they were so close to being in the top 10, but these other shows, the ones that are in the top 10, superseded it in quality and every other thing. Now, the first is Where is Wanda? Where is Wanda is a German show. I was really surprised. I didn't know I was going to enjoy it, but it took me about a week to finish it, mainly because of work. But it's a very good show about the disappearance of a girl and how the effect it had on her family. And the synopsis is very good, and it's very, very, very funny. And this German show is a really, really good show. I hope you guys watch it. Unfortunately, it didn't make my top 10 list, but it's a very good show. The next is Heartstopper. It's Heartstopper season 3. Heartstopper is I liked season 1. I didn't really like season 2 like that, but season 3 was just. It is a show about, very unrealistic, but it's a show about the innocence of love, especially teenage love. It's a show that I really don't know how to explain it, and I don't want to review it because it's not part of my top 10. But it's a really good show, especially season 3. And I think it was episode 4, episode 3. The person that delivered that line was Hayley Atwell, so I don't really want to spoil it. And it was almost word to word from what happened in the comics. But what I just want to say is that to show you how good Heartstopper is, how pure it is, that we have big stars that want to be part of Heartstopper, and have been part of Heartstopper. We have Hayley Atwell, Olivia Colman is in Heartstopper, Jonathan Bailey is in Heartstopper. And this season 3 was just, after watching it, I just felt something. It makes you feel it. I was in my feelings, man. And the next is Doom Prophecy. Doom Prophecy. The reason why Doom Prophecy doesn't enter is that unfortunately there's some parts that I can do without, especially towards the beginning. The princess part, Princess Inez's part, I did review it because I'm still reacting to it, that I could just do without. But Doom Prophecy is a very good show. Very, very good show. And normally, I'm not supposed to, put it in my list because it's not even supposed to be in my list. But I'm just going to give one sentence shout out to The Penguin. That's a very good show. It's just not here because I don't like the character of the Penguin. Not that the show is bad. I just don't like Penguin's character. It kind of spoils the entire thing for me. Now, for the actual top 10, the ones that made it to my best series list of the year. In that place, we have Agatha All Along. Oh, what? Yes. Agatha All Along is here mainly because it's not that it's a good show, but it's here mainly because it introduced my best Marvel superhero, Wiccan. I love this motherfucker. and they did him really good. I was very skeptical about Joe Locke. I'm just realizing that two of Joe Locke's show appeared in this list. But when they casted Joe Locke, I was really very skeptical about him because I didn't think he could be able to play Wiccan correctly, and he did, and he looks so good as Wiccan. Agatha all along is basically WandaVision season 2, and I love WandaVision. WandaVision is one of the best series ever made. Love it so much. So, and I mean, it's not as good as WandaVision. It's very hard to be as good as WandaVision, but it was really, really good. And unlike in WandaVision, that the ending really, this ending was just beautiful. It was perfect, and it opens the door to so many things to happen. And this is a show that everybody looked down on. Everybody was like, "Why did you need this?" I was among those that was like, "Why do we have to do this?" But after watching this show, it was really good. Number 9 is Only Mothers in the Building season 4. Only Mothers in the Building. Every season is better than the last season. Every season is better than the last season. And this season was very, very good. This season was basically movies, like show business. This season was like the show business season. And it was, I like the fact that there was no episode, there was no point in time in the episode that I felt, let it just go on, let's move on. And I could not guess the killer. Only Mothers in the Building, they always do this. Like every episode, when they point you to someone, anyway, for me, when they point you to someone, you feel as if that person is the killer until they now point it to the next person, and then they point it to the next person. That's just Only Mothers in the Building just has a way of doing that. And this season was also something. It was really, really good. And the fact that making a movie about them and the people they got to be them was really, really good. Like the casting was just spot on. I just wanted to say that I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, or 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I had a dream where Eva Longoria was a serial killer. And it was probably because I was thinking about Only Mothers in the Building, and in Only Mothers in the Building, she was kind of like, cuckoo. So that was why I had that dream. But anyway, Only Mothers in the Building season 4 was just really, 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 really good. Number 8 is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I am shocked that it is this high up on my list, because when I finished watching it, I was like, 9, like my rating. But then when I started making this list, I was like, no, this was a really, really well put together show. Like Donald Glover did his thing. He did his thing. Like it was really well put together. Like it was unbelievably good. And that ending, I'm not gonna spoil it for those that hasn't watched it, but that ending, touched my soul. She touched my soul. That ending was really good. Like I can't really find any flaw. I can find the flaw. Yeah, it was really lacking, kind of in the middle. Some of the middle episodes where a little bit like I got bored at some point, but then it picked up again. Like in that same episode, it picked up and it became so good throughout. And that final episode, that final scene, everybody needs to watch it just for that final scene. And it was very funny. It was very, very funny. I was very surprised how funny it was. It was like funny in a niche way. Like it's not in your face funny, but like when you get the references and that's the kind of funny Donald Glover is. It's like a spiritual successor of Atlanta. Like Atlanta is not funny in like funny. It's funny in a very niche way. Very niche way. Like when you get the references and you get the jokes, you're like, it's so funny. That's how it was. But it's a really, really, really good show. You should go and watch it. The 7th is Dead Boy Detectives season 1. It's been cancelled. But it is in the Sandman universe by Neil Gaiman, and God, it was. I need more. Oh, more. Can someone save it, please? Canada. Can someone save it? It's so good. So good. But then I think the reason why it didn't do so well was that Netflix, being Netflix, did not advertise it. So a lot of people don't watch it, and that is so sad. That is So very sad. Oh god, this show is has my heart, and I'm very sad that it has been cancelled. Sixth place is Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson is also, it started last year, 2023, but it ended season 1, ended season 1 in 2024, which is why it's on this list and wasn't last year's list. Percy Jackson and the Olympians is mwah, mwah, perfect, so good. I love it so much. Like there is no flaw. There is no flaw. It is a perfect show. So good. The acting was good. The cinematography, the VFX, CGI, directions, costume, locations, production, set. Everything was just so good. So good. And I love the fact that it's kind of like a children's show, but it's a show that an adult could enjoy. I mean, I am an adult, child in spirit, but I am an adult, and I enjoyed it. It is a really, really good show. Number 5 is Abbott Elementary, season 3. Look, this show, Quinta Brunson is just a genius. She's a comedy genius, because shows that are very long, they have like long episodes, like long episode count in a season, like 20 something. They are usually like filler episodes and episodes that are not that interesting, but there is absolutely no episode of Abbott Elementary that is boring or not funny. It's almost every episode is just better than the last episode. As the 3, there was an episode I watched in season 3, and once I watched the episode, I was like, yeah, they just did, that's what their Emmy. I was like, for sure they're going to be nominated for an Emmy, and they were. But Abbott Elementary is a really, really, like, it's so funny. It's unlike in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that is like a niche kind of funny. Abbott Elementary is like in your face funny. It's like, I don't know where she's a genius. I don't know where she goes to get these jokes, but the jokes always land. Always. A really, really funny show. Like, I like the fact that the budget is increasing, that they're able to do more. Like, this show is Quinta Brunson loves you, man. Loves you. You're good. Jesus. This show is really good. Like, I don't know how to like quantify how good it is. Like, it is a perfect comedy. In 21 minutes, I don't even want it to end. Like, it's been long since comedies like made me feel that way. I don't want it to end. I just want it to keep going and keep going and keep going. This season 3 was just a really, really good show. Number 4 is Industry. Industry is that show. You know that shows that they'll just start and there are not a lot of viewers, and then they just cancel it. But Industry didn't start with so much viewers, but they gave it time. It cooked, and it has always been good. But this season 3, was exceptional. This was a masterclass in drama. From the writing, from the cast to the crew, from everything, masterclass. Like, especially the acting. Like, these are acting that deserves all the awards. I don't know why they always neglect them. But Industry, I don't know how to explain. You just need to watch it to be able to see what I'm talking about. Most of the time, I don't understand what they're saying. Sincerely speaking, most of the time, I do not understand what they're saying. But I know for a fact, I'm not even sure the actors understand what they're saying, but I know for a fact that the way they say it, they all sound smart. Because it's basically a show about banking. It's about the banking industry, not like your normal banks, investment banking. And I don't understand what investment banking is. I don't even understand all I know is that I'm like, these people are so smart. And the way they mix in the drama, and there's a little bit of comedy, but the way they mix in the drama aspect of it and the investment banking part of it is so good. And it is so, things that happen that are unexpected. The final episode, the scene before the last scene, those like genre of last, like I think 3 seasons before the last scene or so, I was like, and I'm not going to spoil it for those that want to watch it, but yeah, you all need to watch Industry. And it's very short, it's just 8 episodes per season, 3 seasons. It's very, very short. So you can just zoom through it. Even though some episodes are like an hour, it's peak HBO show. Peak HBO show. It's one of the best drama shows out, like right now. It's very hard for me to find a drama that's better than it. There is one, but it's very hard for me to find one, which is my number one. Two is X-Men 97. Yeah, baby! X-Men 97. Oh! This is peak Marvel. Oh! And that episode, I think it was episode 6. Oh my god! That was like, even if you're not like enjoying it before, once you got to episode 6, you became, I think it was 6 or 5. Well, you all know the episode I'm talking about. That episode, yeah. The Genosha episode, yeah. When you get to that episode, you automatically become a fan. And the final episode was really good. But apart from that, the fact that the writing of X-Men 97 was really good, one of the things I loved the most was the animation style. The animation style was just top notch. Absolutely top notch. It was so beautiful to look at. So beautiful, so well animated, so well directed, especially during the action scenes. The action scenes, I'm like, why can't Kevin Feige, look, do that when the X-Men come, do that, use that, like they've basically given the MCU a template of how to use the X-Men. And I love the fact that Wolverine was not the boss. He was not like, there was not much focus on him, because I think we focus on Wolverine enough. Yeah, let the other shine. I think we focused on Wolverine enough. Let the other shine. And I love that so much. Like X-Men 97, I can't say enough good things about it. I mean, it's my number 2 best series of the year. I can't say enough good things about it. Like, it is a very good animation. And the good thing is that you don't actually have to watch because it's basically a continuation of X-Men in the 90s show. You don't need to have watched that to watch this. I don't think I can't remember that, but you don't need to have watched that to watch this. This is really good, and it is surprisingly very close to the comics. I mean, it's not extremely comics accurate, but it is very close to the comic. The first on my list and the best show of 2024, and I'm almost sure that this is the best show for everybody. Obviously, Shogun. This show is a testament to the fact that shows that are set far back, like, it doesn't have to be like shows that are not English can be this good. It was basically totally in Japanese, and it was so good. It was such a good show. I have not seen a show this good to this extent in a long time. A show this epic, we haven't seen it in a long time. And the fact that it was basically Japanese throughout, it made me so happy. And I hope Hollywood learns, and not just Hollywood, like generally, like people that make movies, I hope we learn. It doesn't have to be in English to be good. You can't be having a show set in Japan and it's basically English that everybody's speaking, or 19th century Japan, or 18th century like China and they're speaking English. No, let them speak their language. Shogun, it was basically it was set in Japan and it basically spoke Japanese throughout, and it is the best show. I'm not saying it is maybe the best. I am categorically saying that Shogun. The rest, my number 2 to 10, people can argue about it, but for this one, I am categorically saying that this is the best show of 2024. There is no series, there is no show that is better than this show. This is how, this code show is so good. And anybody that hasn't watched it, go and watch it. Go and watch Shogun. I think it's on I think I watched it was on FX, but I watched it on, I think, Hulu and Disney Plus. I don't know, but look for where to watch it and watch it. Shogun is a really good show. And that's just all I'm going to say about it, because I can speak about Shogun for hours. I can speak about it for hours. That's how good it is. I think that is the end of my top 10 2024 shows. There were 2024 had a lot of good shows. I had bad shows, and I'm getting to those. but it had a lot of good shows, good series that it was. And basically, most of them were season one, as I said before. As you can see from my list, they're basically season one. So it's a really good show. I'd like to know your own thoughts and your own rankings, apart from Shogun, which is number one. From 2 to 10, I would like to know if yours are different, what shows enter, what shows doesn't enter. If you agree with me, if you disagree, I'd like to know your own thoughts about it on the comment section. Please like, subscribe, leave a share, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Merry Christmas.